My name is Essie Lee, and I am a Diamond Master. And this Diamond Master, I'm sure you figured by now, it's not a job title, which means I'm not an employee at Atomy, but it's more of an indication where my business is at with Atomy. Does it make sense? So think of this presentation more of a quick summary. So even if you're here for the first time, I'm sure you've noticed, okay, this company is a little different because they don't talk about the sales tactics, the strategies, how to get to the top by being the top salesperson. I felt that 2 years ago because through marriage and 2 pregnancies, I have 2 little girls. I worked hard, and I can't really complain because we're doing okay. But at the same time, I knew we're just doing okay, just managing. When it comes to the time that I need to pay back to my loved ones who care for me growing up, I can go that far with how we were doing. So I figured, okay, I'm just going to get used to the idea and we'll just manage. But what about 10, 20, 30 years later, how when my parents age a little more and they need my help, then I'll have to be, and I shrugged to the thoughts to that. And I always look for more opportunities for more income. At the same time, I rarely remember taking my kids to the malls or even McDonald's on Saturdays. I had my phone strapped to my head, and I was always on the road, weekends, nights, trying to make it in this big world. And my kids are grade 4 and JK now, and I know I missed that a lot with them. So I figured, is there any way I can have a good bank account, amount on it, and have some time with your family? But I figured, okay, maybe I guess accustomed to the idea that you have to forego one or the other. And there's a huge gap between having the time and the financial freedom, and the gap seemed like it would never close. And I run into this idea, and I was a little intrigued. And I'll start by this question. How do we define success? So Atomy spells success a little differently. How do they spell success? BALANCD, life. Balanced life is the success that they strive for their customers, not for their clients, but they said customer success they strive for. And when they say balanced life, they're talking about living well enough for yourself and for the loved ones around you, and having the time to do what you want and when you want. And I run into this quote later, and it's by Tony Robbins, and he says, success is doing what you want, when you want, where you want, with whom you want, and as much as you want. If that is success, then I want it. Atomy business, and they're saying that this can be done through building business that creates residual income, which was a little foreign to me. But then again, I said, okay, I have my common sense. So whatever they throw at me at the seminar, I'm able to figure out if this is something that's realistic or something I can do. And this is what I picked up from that seminar. It's almost the same. Capital, non-required. Items, patented everyday products, health, functional foods, beauty products. Sounds okay. System, direct sales, network marketing, and online business. But one thing really made a little difference is if there was any fee, especially to something that I really have no idea of, then I would have not got myself involved from the beginning. And if you're saying that there's no fee involved, then how do they make money? Isn't it natural that you kind of wonder, then how do people make money? Do they even make any money? So this is my own list of 3 points. I boiled them down. The first point is no fee entry and free maintenance. So this business practically runs on your own budget that we already have. Health, functional food, and that with really growing number of baby boomers, you know it's going to be a huge industry. And Google lipstick effect. Beauty industry is always going to be up, especially when the economy is going really, really slow, or if it's going doing the minus growth. Just Google that. I'm not going to get into it. But it just means that this business is got to be virtually recession-proof. And no fee entry and free maintenance means no pressure. You can be a consumer, or you can become a business person and maintain that business with virtually free. Then I'm curious how. And this is how, and there's no way you can grasp everything at once, but it should give you a brief idea. This compensation plan bases itself on binary system, meaning you grow two groups that buys together. And unlimited levels of group overriding and group PV accumulation. Who here has a bit of experience with any other network marketing? Can you raise up your hand? So there are a few of you. Because I didn't have any experience. When I heard that, I thought, okay, that's cool. That just means no limit. But the reaction that I get from the business partners with experience before is a little different. When I tell them this, they'd be like, what? Or no way? Because they always have something built in there. Either they have group cutoffs, so your income sort of happens within a certain frame, and many different versions of it. But it's so simple. Unlimited meaning you just keep going around and suggest them and offer them the free memberships. At the same time, every single product. Let's say I have connected my best friend and then my mother underneath her. So my mom buys a tube of foam cleanser, so that PV attached to that purchase gets reflected 100% onto my best friend and myself. Not only myself, but all the way to the person with the membership ID number 1. We're already at the last point of this commission overview. So like I said, every single product has PV attached to it, points. And let's think of a big pot. And every single country, every single person who buys this, today all their PVs will be collected into that one big pot. And 70% of that gets taken out for us to enjoy. So 44% of general commission and 20% for mastership bonus. So you saw the leaders with mastership. So you reach a certain point, then a company says, thank you, you're a good advocate, a good advertisement on behalf of the company. So they pay you extra as bonus. And 6% for leaders who are running the centers. What's the payout? How do we get paid? If it's free to get in, then what's the come out? The bare minimum is this. Like my mom, let's say she just bought a foam cleanser. She signed up today and she bought a foam cleanser. That's $10K collected on her personal account. And it's about $18. And she has a lot of friends. She'll tell everyone about this. I love this foam cleanser. I don't know what's about this, but it's so much foam and so much lather. So she tells all her friends in group A and B, and just by doing that, they say, okay, let me try one. Or give me 4. I have 3 sisters. So this happens that you have 10,000 points, you spend $18, and 300,000 on one side, and the other 300,000 on one side will accrue. Then there's a payout. And how much? About $22 to $24. Think of this, free to get in. Just to be a consumer, you're benefiting. But it doesn't end there, because by the time my mom loves foam cleanser, it would be very hard for her not to try other products. So she tries probiotics, and she loves it. And she tries eye cream and everything else. And before this happens, generally, yourself will collect 300,000 points. That's usually the case. If that happens, then you get triple the points. 15 points, about $70. And pay attention here, because really need your undivided attention for the next 2 minutes. This makes Atomy look very different from any other thing that I've ever witnessed, because they pay you every day. But if you got paid 3 times that week, let's say you have 300, 300, 300. That's a cash out on Friday. And Monday happens again. And Tuesday, they collect all checks and they pay at once, weekly. But there's no cutoff time. There's no cutoff date, closing, or month end. You will not see any of Atomians getting through the brochures at the end of the month, because you don't have to do that. If you don't have enough points to cash out, come the next day, first day of the month, they'll wait and wait until you have an account. Because if you're not well informed and you don't if you don't purchase one item a year, then your account is actually terminated, canceled, so they can free up room in the server, which means as long as you have your membership valid and this happens, they'll wait for you. Another amazing thing is, let's say you have your 300,000 and 300,000 and 300,000. Come the next day, you have one check, and the group PVs will flash out 0 for new accrues. But your own point, personal point that you collected, that 300,000, will not expire. With Atomy, once you're a VIP agent forever, as long as you have the membership valid. I signed up, and I really liked the skincare. So within that month, I realized the shampoo and everything else, I wanted to try. Like, I was pretty amazed. And I got pretty well stocked, and I didn't buy anything for a good few months. I did buy more than 200,000 worth points, which happens all the time. But then I didn't have to buy anything for the next few months, let's say 4 months, but I got paid maybe first whole month it took for me to get the first check, but next check didn't take a month. Maybe it was like 2.5 weeks. And get shorter and shorter, because why? I'm telling people about these products that I just found, and I love it, you love it. And my friends are very like me. So that's what happened. And it happens so that it happens every day. So $70 every day does happen. To get the first one was hard, but the second, it doesn't get that hard. And I knew this would happen because I saw the presentation. I'm like, 700,000 points a lot, but it did happen. And I don't even remember when it happened. It just happened. One day, 700,000 PV accrued on each side, a little bit more on one side. Even 1.5 happened. Only a few times so far, but it was really exciting because I see that, how it grows. And you see your personal points grows with the bowl of the group PVs only up until 2.4. So after that, your personal point, it just doesn't have to increase. You can, but I'd rather buy under my partners. So she says thank you. So maybe she has more on the personal account, so she gets paid more. But all I need is from then is just really helping out who's beginning the business. So all the way up to 50 mil, well, you see that it says 300 points maximum. They cap it, ceiling. So $1,400 a day. It's just over, I think, 35,000 a month. And I thought that's pretty nice. They seal the cap for a reason. If I invested my time into this, I could be selling homes. I see the sold signs everywhere. It kind of gets me. I did park my license a year and a half ago. This year I have to renew it. I'm not going to do this and continue. So I'm in a constant reality check mode because with help of my husband, he'll be asking, are you really sure this is better than selling condos? Because the amount is different. I'll get one big check and you don't see anything for a bit. But after a year and a bit, I think even he understood. If he understands, then majority of population will have no issues. He understands that the residual income is very powerful. My sick kids took turns for like 5 weeks. And I think I was sick along the line, but I don't remember looking at myself and really being able to take care of myself, so let alone taking care of my business. Yes, and I thank God I have amazing team members, sponsors, and partners. And at the end of the month, it's heartwarming. You have money there. It doesn't come in free. I really put my back into this. I really put my heart into it and still building the team. But when you have to be away for any reasons in life, residual income will cover it. That's the reason why we do this. We do this for ourselves and for our loved one. This is the very beginning of that. So we have 7 tiers of mastership. The very first one is called Sales Master. We saw people stand up and it seems like some kind of achievements. Yes, it is. Sales Master means that you have about $1,000 every half the month as the residual income. And what qualifies for that is 2.5 mil on one side, 2.5 on the other in 15 days. Not in one day, 15 days. From the 1st to the 15th of the month, or 16th to the end of the month. Then what happens? A box of skincare, because 2.5 mil sounds awful lot, and 2.5 just could be, a box of Hemohim is 100,000, so 25. If you work at it, you get about 550 for your general commission, $450 from your mastership bonus. And the CEO says, if you can get to that part, $1,000 a month, half the month, your 90% of this business is nailed. But how? It's because along the line, I meet a lot of consumers, but you're bound to run into people like-minded, just like me. They've been looking for something, looking for a break, and you start building it together. There are different numbers, but for a family of 4, if you get them well informed, it's not hard to consume over 100,000 in a month, no problem. So they say 50 family, that's good consumers, loyal consumers for Atomy products, then that will get you about enough sales to become a sales master and keep it going. And with more products, just 2 years ago, we had maybe 2/3 of the products that's available now. But with more products and more products, maybe just a couple of families on each side could do it if you're diligent enough to get them informed. And it's out there. So sales masters, 1,000, about 2,000 and up, 4,000 up for diamond masters. But you'll see that sales master will take half the mastership bonus share, which is also interesting. The company really makes sure that the bottom of this business is rock solid. Diamond master is a little different. They don't talk about points anymore. Now you have to help your partners to succeed. So not only you're doing all the work, you have to help my partner become sales master. 2 sales masters on each side automatically become a diamond master. And same thing all the way up to the imperial master. We don't have one yet. You see that this company is established enough, but there's still a lot of ample room for improvement. If you can understand this part, it doesn't matter when you start. I have partners just signed up, and they came here, and they think maybe we'll never catch up whoever already started. That's not true. Because remember, there's a cap. As long as you stick around and work on this, and it doesn't matter when you start, we can all meet at the top. And this is amazing. It's just in Korea. And last year I visited Korea, February. They said, we have about 200 people in total. So royal leaders, meaning you make more than 200,000 a month, and leaders club, meaning 100,000 and up. And they had about a pool of 200 people. And they said, to have that many people earning that much, you need to pull top 4 banks in Korea to net that many people. But now it's 300 within 11 months. If you can't see it, then it's crazy, because if you didn't see that, then you have to really visualize. But it's really in my face. And I used to use a slide, and many times, says it's amazing how people think 4 years is a long time to succeed in the business, but it's all right to stay broke at a job for 40 years. And job stands for what? Just to work broke. And if you see the date, that was in one of those events, it said 2004 October, so that was like more than 10 years ago. Because right now, stay at a job for 40 years, if you can keep it, we don't know what's going to happen. Not to scare anybody, because I have my family employees, some employees really doing the traditional way of work. But if you can grasp this, that this company is a little different, a little bit almost weird, because they work for other people's success. Because it's their success, but at the same time, it's very valuable. So absolutely amazing product at a price that even people who doesn't understand any of this will keep coming back for more and more and more. Repurchase rate hovering 70% is crazy. It's very powerful. You sell it to 4 girls, 3 will come back for more, and they buy another 75% out of that. That's the key to network marketing, and even though I have no other experience, even I understand it. You want people to come back, and the company has really decreased the price. And the system, just like this, we can be one-man play, one-man show, whatever we can do if you're really special. But you know this is teamwork. There's 200 people here. You leave, then we have the same message across. You don't have to go every single person talk for 10 hours. Then you'll be aging 10 years before you get to the end of that row. But seminars are supported by company, and they're all there. The company strives for my success, but I want to do it. I have to look into it. If you persevere, and if you don't give up, then we'll all meet at the top. Thank you.